And we're back for round one. Would I like to play first? Sure. Why not? This probably looks unkeepable, and yet he kept it. Why? Because it can cast opposition and I've got a Scryland. I can kill early stuff and I've got a turn 3 Spectral Procession. Like, this card's a 3 for 1. Plus the deck does want to hit land drops. So it seems reasonable to me that a 5-lander with a Scryland is keepable. It doesn't have red mana, which could be a bit of a bummer, but it's got double blue, triple white. Well, triple blue, triple white. But only 5 lands. These lands are like having 2 lands in one. Plus a bunch of boats in front of a Greek temple, I guess, is the thing you could do. Alright. Alright, here we go. Let's scry a land at the bottom. I don't want that right now. Or do I? It gives me something to do if I hit, because I'll have the triple white, and then like I can cast this with this hand, but that's not really what I'm looking for right now. That's risky because I could hit more lands. But like drawing opposition, going Spectral Procession into opposition is just absurd. Of course, Plains is considerably worse. There's also no way to get that off the bottom of our library. Like, we don't have any shuffle effects, so that's really not something we can do. If this gets countered, we're a little screwed. Well, we'll try it. Because if it doesn't, we can just try to aggro somebody out here. Remand? Well, could have been worse. Hey, it means we got something good to cast next turn. And Brainstorm with no fetch is kind of like a free win for us. Watch him play a fetch land and shuffle away garbage. There you go. And a Mox Diamond, eh? You got a discard land card. Okay, there you go. Now, ideally, he just plays something huge, and we can kill it. Are you trying to Storm? I thought they got rid of Storm. So we've got a Martial Coup on the way. I guess if I want to keep the Plow mana up, I do it this way. But let's try the Spectral Procession again. Moving along. I thought they took all the Storm cards out, so I'm really confused as to what our opponent's doing here. Alright, he's got a Vision exiled. That's fine. Let's leave it over here so I don't forget that it's happening. Hallowed Fountain, sure. Like, do we just run out of Martial Coup for 2 tokens? Or I can just slam this and run out of Martial Coup for 3 tokens. I guess we attack first. Like, I'm a little worried about something silly like Sneak Attack, but I think I'm going to go for my tokens now. Like, this gets us, what, 3 tokens? That seems fine. Put 6 power on the board. We hit Elesh Norn, we've got something going on. We hit opposition, we can tap down everything he's got. He's playing all the colors. Oh, that sucks because there's not an effect in this game that can get something like this out of the way forever. Except this one. Bye-bye. You gone. How do you feel about holding blades? So now the question becomes, do you have a Wrath? Because if you don't, we're going to kill you pretty quick. You do not often get to 1 for 1 with a Wormcoil Engine. Oh, Duplicant. More like Duplican. Well, that would be nice to cast. I think we just Mana War the darn thing. It sucks he's got our hero Blade Hold, but we Mana War it, get in for 6, gets the value. I mean, he'll play it again and copy our Mana War. But if we hit for 6 here, we put him to 10. Then we'll be able to hit for another 3, putting him to 7. Potentially a Johnny him for 3 at some point in the future. Like, I feel like we just have to keep going. We've made our bed. We sort of just have to lie in it at this point. He's looking to try and play Haymakers, and we've got a few in our deck left. Soldier tokens. That's a badass looking soldier. Oh, the value. Ah, Zephetas. Ah, the opposition. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 manas. I think slamming opposition and just tapping him out for the rest of the game is what I want to do. We'll find a way to kill him later. But that's what opposition does. So have fun with all those cards you're drawing, because we are tapping all of your lands. We're going to tap that one. You're definitely not getting multiple blue mana. Or white mana if we can stop it. That one too. So let's tap 5 of your lands and see what you would like to do. If we draw a mountain, then we get to do really awful things, like keep them tapped. God, anything that makes multiple tokens now is just absurd. Imagine Karn starting to exile his stuff. So he does have a lot of cards in hand now, but I don't think he's going to be able to deploy them very quickly. If he plays Wrath of God, we're just kind of destroyed, but we've still got, like, imagine Secure the Wastes off the top. Like, that's not going to help you too much. Mountain! Mountain, 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 mountain! So we obviously want to protect the Ajani. He's obviously going to flash back the Lingering Souls. So I think we for sure play this, and then what do we do? Just plus it, and maybe keep this untapped? Trade that with a token? I'm not even sure that that's great for us. We could tap down his flyers. Like, I don't hate that. We're going to use a Johnny to tap down lands for sure. There's no reason not to tap down his flyers too. If we tap him out of black mana, well, we really can't with if he's got this, but you won't be using that land to do it. I have some effects in your upkeep. Artifact, creature, land. Okay, well, we can take him off of black mana. That seems easy. No black mana for you. And blue is the scariest color. I do think I want to tap his flyers, because why let him have things when I don't have to? We're again just a token maker away from doing some awful things. Or we can just ultimate a Johnny. It's kind of hard to win when people do that. No! That's terrible. That was our whole point. I want that back. Karn can get that back. Okay, let's do that. What's up? I kind of liked having that opposition in play, so I'm going to get it back. So thanks for the opposition. You're not using that. And we'll just move along. I have some effects in your upkeep. And people say opposition is a miserable deck to play against. I really don't know how they could think that. Okay. Let's tap one of your flyers, and we'll leave one open for now until he gets to combat. Now you can have your card. Alright, give me another token maker. Elspeth would be great. People scoop to Elspeth. Blade Spicer works. Let's exile a card from your hand. What do we get? See how much fun opposition is? It's so good! He exiles Condemn. Hey look! I got more stuff! I can tap more of your things! I have some effects during your upkeep. I would like to tap all of your mana that can do anything. He is tapping them for mana now, which is a thing you can do. So what I'm going to do is move to his draw phase and then tap some more things so he can't use that mana. Oh, you're tapping a lot of mana now, are you? Alright, what you got? Just so you know, I'm going to tap all your stuff. I'm going to keep doing it. What you got there? Are you doing anything? Because I'm having fun with this opposition. He is casting an X spell of some sort. A Sphinx's Revelation. Well, that's terrific. You revelate on with your bad self. Sure, you can have that. Now let's move to your draw phase. Is it Charm? Draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Okay. Giving us a chance to look at more of his deck. Now, while we're still in your upkeep, let's just tap your other stuff. If you play land, I'll tap that too. Okay, so there. We've got all your stuff nice and tapped during your upkeep. What? You got a land? No, no, no. There are no untapped lands for you. Master of Waves? Seems good. Let's eat something from your hand first. The goal with this deck, once you get to this point, is to get them so bored that they scoop. And this may be enough to do it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See? There you go. We did it. We did it. That's what you want. That is what you want. So I can imagine there's some matchups where I side out the Kami of Ancient Law for the Seeker of the Way, but this is not one of them. Primarily because he's shown us a Faith's Fetters, so being able to pop that would be nice. I also think I like Fiend Hunter, as he's shown us some cards that are a little bit difficult for us to interact with. And that kind of handles it. I may just cut the Entreat here, because we've still got several good token makers. And we don't need that to beat him. We just need a bunch of tokens and Karn, Elspeth, or a Johnny, and we're in pretty good shape. Also, this threatening to ultimate is a thing that can get people. So I think I like that. There's an argument to be made for Kittian if we go to a game 3. So that might be a thing I do. And we could even consider an act of aggression, again, just as a way to deal with the Worm Coil. But I think we can probably handle it like this. On the draw, sometimes I like land tax. But it's kind of dead if it's not in your opener. Let's run it back. Yeah, this looks good to me. Again, doesn't have red, probably shouldn't have red. And we're going to hold to Secure the Waste for as long as possible. But, well, there's the red. Didn't not have it. I don't really like running the Kami of Ancient Law out super early, but that's the upside of the card, is maybe you get in a few beats with it. We're going to continue running out planes until we have to do something else. Okay, so he's got a Cloud Skate out. We should be aware of that. Just in case we hit the Spectral Procession, like if we draw another planes into Spectral Procession, it would be better to have the triple white. Well, see, there's the Spectral Procession. Unfortunately, we don't have the triple white. I don't hate popping a Secure the Waste end of turn for 2 tokens. So I may very well consider doing that, but we'll see. Like, the downside is we don't get to keep them very long. Yeah, that card's so good later. I think I'm just going to do that. We can run out the Spectral Procession next turn and have some good stuff going on. Now, this only pops artifacts, right? Or enchantment. Yeah, enchantments. So we'll probably go for a big play here. No? We're just ramping up? Okay. I don't think I want to pop it for 2 tokens, especially when he's just going to bounce one and it's all over. We'll just go for Spectral Procession here. And it may get countered, it may not. We're kind of okay either way. It didn't, that's great. Oh, well, there's some value. And now he bounces the other one. That's sort of like countering it. Now, he probably wants to trade those. And he could have if we had not drawn the Flame Tonkavu. Not gonna lie, the top decks have been pretty awesome. See you later, Cloud Skate. Wormcoil Engine? How did I know? We got something for you, buddy. This is when it dies, right? Yeah. So exiling it does not make it die. So let's get you out of the way. You are in the way of progress and must be removed. Now we can pretty easily secure the waste end of turn and finish this game off. Journey to nowhere. Okay. That means we don't quite... Well, yeah, actually we do, unless he has a thing. I can sack it to make the enchantment go away, but that doesn't really seem like it does anything, except put it in his graveyard, so... Okay, you got me. Are you going to Faith's Fetters me? That would keep you still in the game if you have a Faith's Fetters for this, otherwise you were quite dead. You do! And you have it for the Banishing Light? Well, I don't understand. That doesn't do what you think it does. You don't get your Wormcoil back. You should have played it on this guy. I mean, I appreciate the attempt, but not going to do it. So if I secure the waste here, we attack for 6 and then bolt him down to 1. This is not ideal, but I'll take it. It's basically a raise the alarm here. I have no idea why he Faith's Fettered that. Like, that just doesn't do anything. It's 4 mana, gain 4 life. But maybe just not understanding what the card does. That's the thing that can happen. That isn't my O-ring. No, it is not. I kind of like putting him to 1. And then seeing if he's got anything. So that means he has to deal with a Johnny, presumably with his O-ring. And all of this. So he needs a Wrath and an O-ring. Which he could cast now. He could go Supreme Verdict into O-ring. And then we play Master of the Waves and he has to deal with that. So his last 2 cards have to be exactly that. And they're not. Even if he had O-ringed this, he gets the... Well, yeah, I wonder... I'm not sure that we could have dealt with it if he had done that correctly. Because we just had lands coming up. I think a symbol would have gotten there eventually, but... Interesting game. Alright, thanks for tuning in, folks. We will see you for round 2 in just a minute.